Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs from all over the world, please make welcome the truth guy, Mr. Home-Based Business himself. The man of the hour, everyone's favorite, Kerry Miller.
And good evening. I hope everybody's having a great day. Man, it is getting cold here in Texas. Got a big cold front coming through, so we're going to have to deal with that along with the allergies and everything else going on. But tonight we're going to continue on where we left off last night. I'm just going to do a quick recap, if I could, about what we talked about last night. We talked about who is your market. And, that's the one thing that most people get confused about. Why? Because we're always told everybody's our market. Well, we know that that's not true. Everybody is not your market. And it just doesn't work that way. I mean, your market is a very defined, very methodically developed market that is like you. And everybody's not your market. We hear everybody say, "Oh, well, everybody's our market." No, that's the furthest thing from the truth. And if the minute you choose to quit thinking that way, you'll be a whole lot better off. I can promise you that. So let's take a look here, and we're going to flip through the slides real quick and start talking about who your market is. Real quick, last night we talked about who is your market, how to find them. We're going to talk about that and do that tonight. The drill down, we're going to show you how to drill down and make things happen, how to keep it simple. And then tomorrow night, we're going to show you some examples. We're going to talk about ads and creating ads and doing that kind of stuff in order to take it to the next level. We're going to start backwards, and you're going to say, well, why didn't we start with this first? Because I want you to see what we're talking about. I want you to be able to see exactly where we're at and what you should be doing. We talked about patience. Learning who your market is takes a lot of patience, and you have to study. And now I'm not going to go through tonight's training like I did last night. I want you to go back and watch last night's video if you missed it. This is session 2. Just go look for session 1, and you'll be able to find that. But your markets do the same thing you do. They're in the same groups. They're in your business circle. They read the same things. They watch the videos that you watch and follow the people that you follow. And I'm going to show you in a moment, and you're going to be like wowed by what you're about to see. How do you find them? You have to be very methodical. Your market is right in front of you. They do the same things you do, search for the same things, have the same goals, and think about the same things. And where do we start? We started looking at profiles. And I hope you went into your Facebook pages last night and looked at your profiles, and that you looked at the groups, and you thought about your interest, and you made your list. So we're going to start with part 2 tonight. I'm going to go ahead and drop this screen right here. And I am going to share another screen. Let me bring this down and get right into what we want to get into. All right, we're going to go into the Facebook Ads Manager. Now, we're not going to actually create an ad tonight. I want to go in and I want to share with you, and I'm going to show you where to find your market. And I want you to be able to go in, and the reason I wanted to do this first is that you can go in and set something up and just go in and create a campaign, go into the Facebook Ads Manager and start creating what you do. And if you'll just go to facebook.com/ads manager, it'll bring you to the place you need to come. And you can see here I've created a couple of dummy ads. There's nothing in these. I just did this for training purposes. And we're going to go over here to edit. That way we can come in and you can see this is the first thing that you're going to do, but we're not going to do this first. We're actually going to do this last. This is where you name your campaign, what type of campaign you want. Is it an auction? We're going to look at traffic right here. I always do traffic campaigns. That's what I always want to set up first. And we're going to talk about campaign budgets and those kind of things. Then you're going to come over to your ad set next, and you're going to go ahead and come in and you're going to set it up. choose where you want to drive your traffic. You'll enter more details about the destination later. We want to drive traffic where? We want to drive traffic to our website. That's where we want to drive traffic. And we're going to talk about building a funnel and doing all those things after we talk about this and kind of what I said tomorrow. Show you how to build your ads, show you how to find the information, how to build your ads, what an ad needs to do, right? How it needs to draw attention, how you need to talk to people and solve their problems, and how you need to close. And we're going to start talking about that tomorrow night. But the next place we're going to go here is we're going to come down to new ad. All right. And you're going to see this is your new ad, but we want to come down here and this is the last thing we're going to do. Okay. We're going to set up our call to actions, but let's come back over here to ad set. Where's our traffic? What's our offer? What's our daily budget? Now, this is something you need to look at. I want you to watch these numbers right here. Okay, this is at $1 a day. And Facebook, I don't know if you knew this, but Facebook for a while has allowed you to run a $1 ad. It used to be $5 was the minimum. And they changed this. It's probably been at least a year ago where you can run $5 ads. And what that does is that allows you to test your ads. Now, let me tell you, you're going to get very slow reaction from a $1 ad. And as you can see over here, your daily reach at $1 is 101 to 301 reach per day. It's going to be on the lower end when you start. It's going to work its way up. It takes about 7 days for the algorithm to kick in, for things to start happening, and then you're going to be able to monitor it. When you set up a $1 a day ad, let it run for 30 days. If you're not going to change your budget, let it run for 30 days. It's totally up to you what you want to run. You can see we changed it to $5. It immediately changes the numbers here. Now, the one thing a lot of people will do, they'll say, oh, well, shoot, I'll go at $10 a day. That's only, what, $300 a month. Do you want to throw $300 away and not know if your ad's working or not knowing if you're getting the reaction that you want to get? So I recommend come down to $1, $2, $3 a day. You know, that's $60 to $90 a month, less than $100 a month. A dollar is $30 a month. And so you fix what's comfortable for you. The worst thing an entrepreneur can do is throw bad money after bad money and or spend a lot of money and not get a great return. So we're going to come on down and we're going to look at our audience. Okay, we're going to set up a custom audience. Now, I never really worry about the age. I always leave it at 18 to 65. But what we're going to do is we're going to come down, and all genders, I always want to target. I've always found that it's about 40, 60, depending on where the ad goes, but it's pretty even on men and women searching for the ads. Why? Because you're targeting these specific people. So we're going to come down, and we're going to come down to detailed targeting. Now, I'm going to remove all this right here. And I'm going to show you how I got to this place. And I told you last night, you need to go in and you need to find your target market. You need to go in and find that place where you need to be. And how do you do that? Well, we're going to go into detailed target marketing. We want to go in and find like-minded people who are just exactly like us. Now, you see this number right here. This is for the United States. Now, I can come in and edit this. If I wanted to just do Texas, or if I just wanted to pick out 3 or 4 states to work with, I could do that. Maybe pick out Texas and Florida, and maybe there's just some southern states, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. If I wanted to do some southern states, maybe do that, or I could just do the Midwest. But we're going to leave it on the United States because I want to go out and I want to set up an ad that I can run every single day. Even if it's $1 a day, I want it to run. I want to look at the interaction. I want to look at the number of people going to my website. You need to set up analytics on your website to make sure that you know where the traffic is coming from. And I'm going to go into this tomorrow, probably not tomorrow, but either Thursday or Monday, because as you all know, I don't work on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And but I want to show you to make sure you understand analytics. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I use, tools that I use to build my websites. We're going to talk about funnels. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things that you need to understand. But I wanted to first show you this. So we're in the United States. We picked our age 18 to 65, all genders, but we want to come in and detail target. Now, these are people that I always target. Why? Because I'm an affiliate marketer. Now, I'll also do some other things. I will target specific types of businesses. But for this, I want to talk about affiliate marketing. Okay. I want to talk about specifically building your network. And the reason I want to talk about that is because the majority of people who are following me and who are watching me are in the affiliate marketing / network marketing area. So this will reach out to the majority of people. You can do the same thing if you're, if you have a steakhouse and you want to target people who go to Applebee's in your area. But that's a totally different marketing strategy. That's a local marketing strategy. And maybe we'll talk about that at another time. So who are some of my favorites? First and foremost is Grant Cardone. Why do I know that? Because most of the people in Grant Cardone's group is network marketers. Almost all of them are network marketers. Very seldom do you see any other type of marketing person in Grant's group. So we're going to select Grant. That's 11 million people, 11,914,230 people who have an interest in Grant Cardone. So we're going to select Grant. Okay. The next person I love, who also reaches out and teaches marketing and teaches people how to build funnels and teaches people how to use the internet, is Frank Kern. All right. The next person I like, which is Ray Higdon. Why? Because he is totally network marketing. Now you can see here, Ray's got 238,000. The next person I like is Russell Brunson. And all I'm doing is typing the people's names in. Why? Because these are big time marketers that multiple people follow, and they fall underneath these categories in Facebook. These are exceptional people to target. Okay, we're going to say Russell Brunson. Now you can see here we're about 3 million people. We went from 230 million people to 3,100,000 people. Okay, now what else do we want to target? We want to come down here and we want to browse. All right. We're going to come into demographics. What demographics do we want? Do we want working people? Do we want what type of interest do they have? What type of behaviors do they have? Do they purchase? What's their purchase behavior? Wait a minute. Engaged shoppers. Purchase behavior, engaged shoppers, people who have clicked on the call to action button, shop now, in the past week. Of course we want that. Why do we want that purchase behavior? Because these are people that have gone in and actually shopped in the past week. They've actually clicked on a call to action button. Now, who do we want to exclude? What kind of people do we want to exclude? Let's browse in here. Okay, demographics, education. Do we want to exclude anybody in education? What about life events? What about work? What about interest? Business interest. Do we want to exclude any of these people? Behaviors. Do we want to exclude any behaviors? Do we want to exclude people that have shopped in the last 2 weeks? No, we want those in there. Okay, so you can exclude people. Now, who else do we want to match? We want to match people. Okay, that's your exclusion. We don't want to do that one. We want to go and also must match. Let's say entrepreneurs. All right, we want to select entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs come up. Okay. What do we want to select here? I can tell you that entrepreneurship is one of the biggest hashtag words on Facebook and on Instagram. So we're going to select entrepreneurs. All right. Now, We also want to look at what? Now, see, did you see that number drop? 26 million. Entrepreneurship and this group of people with engaged shoppers really starts to narrow down. Now let's go one more. Home-based business. Remember I told you to look and see what people were interested in your niche. What did they talk about? Are they talking about home-based business? Are they talking about brick and mortar businesses? Are these the things that they're talking about? What exactly are they talking about? Hey, Jacques Edie, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, my friend. So what are they talking about? What, whoops, I said Jacques Edie in my Sierra or Sarah or whatever you call it. Siri came on and said, what are you talking about? Okay, so we want to come in and we want to find. So we're going to say home-based business, okay? Let's go back right here. Home-based business, away home business. So let's look at people who have expressed an interest in our like pages related to home-based business. So let's go ahead and select that. Okay, we still have 26 million people, okay? But this is going to target people who specifically have home-based business, or they have searched for a home-based business, or they have looked for a home-based business. Now, we have really drilled down here of people with our same interest, people who are looking for the same things we are. We went from 230 million people down to 26 million people. What we want to do now is we want to make a decision. How do we want to target these people? What do we want to do to target them? Do we want to just do the United States? Do we just want to, let's go to Texas, okay? I live in Texas. That's what I'm saying, Texas. People living or recently in this location, people living in this location, people whose home is within this selected area. So I like to go right here if I'm targeting a state, because maybe I want to do a seminar here or something like that. People recently in this location, this is people who have traveled through. People traveling in this location, this is people who are in this location right now within 125 miles radius. So we're going to say people living in this location. And I'm going to say Texas. All right. And I'm going to say Texas in the United States. Now watch what this does. Okay. 2.4 million people who match one of these things right here. So we went from 26 million people to 2.4 million. So about 10%, okay, of that group is in Texas. Great. So let's go ahead and let's add a state. Florida. Now, why would I select Florida? Because Florida is a huge retirement community and people looking to supplement their incomes. Okay. So where else would I might look? Arizona. Why would I look at Arizona? For the same reason. Arizona is a huge retirement area. Okay. Added a few more 100,000 people. But you can see here that Texas and Florida is a 10% of the total group. So two big states that you may want to travel to, or may want to come to, or visit, or see. And great to hear that, my friend Jacques. And so these you may want to drill it down and or just go to what? The United States. I would go in this instance to the United States. Come up here, people who live, same thing. I don't want to get, you want to try to, if your target market is the United States and you don't want to sell overseas, you want to stay in the United States. So we're going to come back to the United States. There we are. We're back up to our 26 million people. Now, how many people do we want to reach a day? 130 to 377. All right. So that's at $1. Let's go to $60 a month. 5 to 25 clicks. Link. Click. Now this is going to take some time to build up. This is going to take some time to get the algorithm going. And this is also For those of you that don't know, there's fixing to be some changes with Apple, so Apple may not see your ads. So that's going to affect that a little bit. Now, there is a way to go in and drill down and tell it to not even look for Apple devices and specifically look for Android devices or people on a PC. We're not going to worry about that today. So set it up, drill down. You're welcome to use exactly what I did right here. I don't hide anything from anybody. Okay. Who your market is, who you want to target. All right. We targeted Russell Brunson. We targeted all these folks. And that's exactly what you want to continue to do. Who is your audience? All right. Come down to your detailed targeting. Frank Kern, Grant Cardone, Ray Higdon, and Russell Brunson. Home-based business interest. You can come down. You can also narrow this further and also much match. This is a great thing to do. Browse. Demographics. Life events, parents, work relationships, interests, hobbies, shopping, technology, behaviors. And really come in and drag it down. And I highly recommend that you do that. Financial. We talked about this last night. They know exactly how much money you make. So let's say you want to pick up right here, household income, top 10% of zip codes. You know they got money. If you're selling a high ticket item, this is where you want to go. The 10 to 25% is where I go. Okay. If you got a really high ticket item, let's also go here. All right. 3,100,000. So you went from 26 million to 3,100,000. Let's go to 10 to 25%, 4 million. Right here, household income, top 25 to 50% for those that are selling a package anywhere between $100 to $500. That's where you want to go. 4,700,000 people. So you can drag it down. You don't have to do that. You can reach all those demographics. But if you really want to, really want to get into top 5% right here, if you really want to hit the rich people, there's 1,400,000 of them that have these same interests right here in the United States. So I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat box below. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Make sure you join us tomorrow night. We're going to continue with step 2, and we're going to go in and we're going to start talking about ads. I'm going to pull up several ads, and we're going to talk about them, and we're going to break them down and look at the way the experts, the guys that really know how to do this in a big way. My grandfather always taught me, hey, if you want to be successful, you do what the successful people do. If you want to be broke, you do what the broke people do. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to continue doing what the successful people do, continue teaching you exactly what the successful people do, and we're going to show you how to make all this happen. Everybody have a great evening. As always, going to close out with my good buddy Frankie. Love him to death. Miss him dearly. Lost him in August due to COVID. And take us away, Frankie.